What is up, everybody? I am Mumphy. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, thank you for joining. Today I kind of wanted to cover why am I modding my Tacoma? Stay tuned. First off, I think we got to start as to why I chose the Tacoma. Well, when I was looking, it was around the time of the 2020 refresh for the Tacoma. I actually wanted to wait a little bit to see what Toyota would do. I was hesitant in 2019 looking at it, and when they announced some of the upgrades that they were going to have for the 2020s, that's when I knew I wanted the 2020 Tacoma. I did look at the Ford Ranger at one time. I had to go sit in it. I did wait until later in 2020, May, as you guys kind of know. I am trying to hit 1,000 followers before May, and I'd love your support, so please hit that subscribe button so that we can celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Tacoma. But I looked at the Ford Ranger, had to sit in it, and you know, the styling of the Tacoma, the 3rd gen, just really connected with me. I didn't necessarily like the interior of the Ford Ranger, and there really wasn't anything else out there to really compare the Tacoma to. I mean, you had the Frontier, but come on. It took them how long before they actually refreshed that? Part of the other reason is because the Tacoma has been around. It's been known for its reliability. It's known for its support, its aftermarket support. I mean, look at just everything that you can do to these nowadays. Everybody's building stuff for the Tacoma, and it just makes everything more pleasurable because now with all the options, you can basically build your own Tacoma the way you want to build it. Now, as for what I want to build the Tacoma for is I really want to start doing more camping. I want to get out there. I want to start hitting more of the trails, and that's why I've been slowly building up my Tacoma for overlanding. When I first got it and talking with the dealership, I decided to go ahead and have them do the lift. And I've talked about this before as to why I had them do the lift. I went with the factory lift because I knew they were going to do the work, and if anything went wrong, I could just take it back to the dealership and have them correct it. So far, they've done an awesome job. I've just recently hit 10,000 miles. Super stoked, and it's still running like a champ. Loving the truck. Quickly kind of going over what I've done to it. Obviously, I've replaced the 2020 grill, which I still have, and am kind of considering bouncing back and forth between the TRD Pro grill and the 2020 grill. I kind of like seeing what some of the overlays on the Toyota emblem are looking like nowadays, so I may switch it up here and there. But so far, I'm liking the TRD Pro grill on the front. I had to make sure that I had the LED headlights. These are factory LED headlights that Toyota offers now on the 2020s and up. The other thing that I've done is I've replaced the LED fog lights with some Heretic Studio fog lights. Yeah, there's a little bit of discussion as to whether or not they're SAE approved. They are in the works on getting their SAE approval, so take that for what it's worth. If you're not allowed to have off-road lights on your truck, good thing you can switch them off. But hey, check with your local state for whether or not they're legal or not. Enough about that. Coming down to the front, my latest video, I added the TRD skid plate. Really happy about that. Reason I went with the TRD skid plate, simply because one, it is a little bit lighter than steel, and I like the look of it. That's really what it is. I like the look of it. It's better than the or the stock skid plates that are 2 parts. So I know it's going to be protecting a little bit more, and I kind of like that it's not a giant black hole underneath there anymore. Some people like it, some people don't. It's really kind of personal preference. Same with the Demon brackets. Now there's a lot of debate whether or not you can use these as recovery points. That's why I'm waiting for a bumper, which you'll have to stay tuned to the channel for. For now, I'm just using them as standard tow hooks. The shackles and stuff like that are mostly for the looks right now, until I'm able to get that front bumper. So, moving on. All right. One of the other videos that I ended up doing, and mods to the truck that I did, are my ditch light brackets. Now, obviously, I don't have my ditch lights on just yet, and I'll cover that in a second. I know I'm going to be adding ditch lights down the line. I'm not an electrician at all, so I'm still trying to figure out how I want to run the relays to the switch. Do I want to do a switch pro? Do I want to do OEM style switches? It's definitely a challenge for the 2020s because they switched up apparently the mounting where the switch panel is on the driver's side. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Moving on with armor, I've got the CBI Overland rock sliders. Now I went with these because I do like the look of them. They give you good foot purchase with the plates on the top. You can get them without the plates on the top, but I definitely like the style of these and the look of them on the side of the truck. It's just, I mean, come on, they look really good. Now I do know that not everything is meant for overlanding on my truck. It's a combination of style, personal preference style, and getting rid of the chrome. I know there's a lot of us out there that really do not like the amount of chrome that Toyota puts on these things, and that's why we get rid of it. Whether it's getting rid of the Tacoma on the door or overlaying them with black overlays. So that's one thing that I did. I put the overlays on there because I'm kind of going for that black, red, and cement look. Just looks nice. And then the other thing I did is the side marker. Got rid of the chrome in there, went with the sequential, and they look really cool because they coincide with the LED headlights that now have sequential turn signals. All right, moving around to the back. Yeah, I got a tow hitch in there. You know, sometimes I tow stuff, sometimes I don't. But we dropped the tailgate, and in preparation for a bed rack in the future, we've got the Little B's bed stiffeners. And I went with Little B's simply because, one, I liked the look of the style of their bed stiffeners. The other thing is that this section here is shallower. I've seen a lot of bed stiffeners that extend out a little further. And I didn't want that because I still wanted to be able to lay things in the bed up to where the wheel wells are. And because Little B's cut this back as far as they did, it doesn't interfere with laying things across there. So I did appreciate that, and it also doesn't hurt that they've got a bottle opener in there. So, you know, when you're out on the trails and you're thirsty for a glass bottle soda, that'll help stiffen up the bed for when we start adding weight to the top. Another thing for just kind of the appeal of getting rid of chrome, I did find a set of the TRD Pro style 2021 and up taillights. Still has the clear housing, but all of the chrome on the inside is gone except for the reverse light but hey, I can live with that amount of chrome. That and what's in the headlights. I've got more things coming down the line. I do want to replace the rear leafs. I do have just a block in the back right now with the Bilstein 5100s. So I do have a 3.2 with the leveling kit. Down the line, I'm looking at kind of upgrading the suspension eventually. But for now, it works really well. And like I said, I'll replace the leaf springs down the line. All right, getting back to some of the electrical stuff that I was talking about regarding the ditch lights and future lighting that I want to add to the Tacoma. I've popped the hood, and it's kind of concerning my fuse block that I have in here. Now, when doing the research on the OEM switches versus the Switch Pro, you're gonna have to add relays if you're gonna run the CH 4x4 OEM style switches. And that's so you're not sending a bunch of power to those switches and then potentially causing a fire somewhere down the line. As I've said before, I am not an electrician, so I'm still kind of figuring this out, which is why I haven't put out part 2 of my ditch lights, because I'm still trying to figure out how I want to mount up the relays for the OEM style switches, or if I'm just going to break down and go with the Switch Pro. Just one of the little hiccups that I have as I'm going through and modifying the truck, preparing it for what I want to do with it. So to all of you out there, if you have any suggestions, I'm all ears on the best way to either create my own relay panel and redo this setup in the engine bay. I am trying to kind of keep it as clean as possible, so let me know down in the comments. Do you have any suggestions for me? I'd love to hear it. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this video talking about just the mods that I've done to the Tacoma, what I'm planning to build with it, the reason I'm building it out the way I am. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How are you guys building out your Tacoma? Are you building it for more off-roady stuff? Are you building it for a SEMA show? And that's the style that you want? Are you going to go with a higher lift, 8 inches maybe? Who knows? Let me know what you guys are doing with your Tacoma. Love to hear your suggestions on what I should do to mine. Let me know if you have any questions on what I've currently done. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the videos and want to see more. Hit that like button and let me know what you guys think down in the comment sections. And we'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Oh yeah, one other thing. I do have the bed lights too.